All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mastering the Basics this morning. And I am here live with Jodi Waite. And I'm really excited about today's topic. And first of all, today's topic, Mastering the Basics, it's plugging in your free accounts, your customers, and your promoters for success. So we're going to give you just the basics, guys. Here's the thing. We have a great plan in effect. So get your notebooks, and maybe you want to even put it in the back of your calendar, but get your notebooks handy, write it down, and then reference this every time. It's very, very simple. It's not complicated at all. This is probably one of the simplest things that you can do. And before we kick this off, I do have to say, I chose Jodi because she is an absolute rock star she always gets me connected to her newest thrivers. Whether they're sampling, whether they're starting their Thrive experience, or whether they click the promoter button, I don't think a person slips through her fingers. She does it, and she does it seamlessly, and everybody kind of has their different style of initiating it, but that's why I chose Jodi, because she's a rock star. So she's gonna give us some good tips and tricks here. But guys, I always like to share very quickly before we get going what you can expect to take away from this Zoom, right? So number one, you've got your friends a free login. Now what? Okay, that's topic number one. Number two, hey, your customer has ordered. Now what? Right? And number three, they clicked the promoter button. Now what? All right, so here's three very specific examples, and we're gonna rock this out. So Jodi, I'm gonna kick this off to you right away. Thank you again for joining. I want you to, why don't you just kind of briefly walk through the process of, okay, we've had several Zoom series before this. We've talked about how to master those free accounts, so we're not gonna go back and be redundant. Guys, if you want topics on that, please go back and watch the first several videos in this series. So now you've done those steps, you've got the free account, okay? They've created their login with you, Jodi. What do? What's your process? So why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Sure. Well, thank you, first of all, Amy, for having me on this call today. I always think it's fun to get on here, share with the team, and kind of get my team to kind of see, and the people that I've invited too. So for me, when I first get the free account, we want them to see and hear your excitement. For me, I kind of get away from the texting and the messaging. Why? Because they can't hear the excitement in your voice. So I always ask them, oh my gosh, I would love to share more with you. Here's where you can go to create your free account, which they probably already did. Hey, what time works for you to chat in the next day or two? I want to share more with you and tell you a little bit more about the products. That's the route I go. Usually they shoot me a couple times, and that's when I get them on the phone and share my story. You know, you always kind of share bits and pieces, but you never really get a chance to share your whole story. Plus, they can hear the excitement in your voice going from where you were before Thrive to where you are now. So I think that's number one, is getting them on the phone. And I've heard from so many people, oh my God, I hate getting them on the phone, blah, blah, blah. How do you think they can hear your authenticity? You know, I mean, messages are so hard. I think that you can't portray how excited you are for them and how exciting it is to feel good again. So you want to get them on the phone. Usually I connect them with Amy or Lindsay or whoever's story I think they would relate to most. I want to get them on so they can hear another story. So a lot of times I will just already have messaged those two or your leader, whoever it is. And I kind of just have them on the phone already. And then I just say, hey, you know what? My friend Amy is on the phone and I would really love for you to hear her story too. Click over. That's when Amy shares her story. And usually, you know, if they have questions, it's a great time to have somebody else do the answering of your questions. Why? Validation. You're validating to them that everything you've already shared with them is true, correct, and now another person has had a similar story. And a lot of times you don't want to be the person that is answering the questions about what's in the products, the ingredients, all that stuff. just let them take the pressure off you. Let your leader do all of that. Even if it's not a leader, one of your friends, another thriver. But I like to make sure, especially if I know it's somebody who is a nurse or a doctor or a nutritionist, I want to make sure I have somebody on the phone that can walk through every little single ingredient and know exactly what it is and what it does for your body. So that's how I go about once I get them a free account.
Oops, I was muted. I love it. I love it. You are the master of getting people on the phone. And guess what? I mean, and Jodi can tell you, if they get on the phone, they thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing your story. Thank you so much. I've learned so much. They're really, really grateful. Some people struggle in that department, and I think that's kind of a lost art. You just don't see a lot of people hopping on the phone anymore. So, you know, here's some great little tips on making that connection. Is like, say less, point more. If you're giving them all the answers via text, you're kind of missing the boat. You can also initiate getting them connected to whose story they're most related to in a messenger chat first, and say, hey, I just wanted to introduce you to my friend Jodi. You got to hear her story. You're totally going to relate. It's going to work into that call. There's another way. And you also said something else I just really want to touch on that's super important. Know your upline leadership stories. I know Brittany's, I know Sheila's, I know Maria's. If theirs doesn't relate, I'm going to look to somebody in my network like Jodi, an athlete. Know your leadership story so you know who you can point to. So I love that, love that. So here's the basics, guys. I'm just going to give you some bullet points. When you got that free login, here's some bullet points to make sure you're getting them connected. So number one, I want you to invite them to like the fan page. All right. The fan page is also amazing validation of those stories. These things might even come before that phone call, depending on how the conversation is going. Everyone's going to be different, but invite them right from the fan page. That way you get a notification when they accept. Okay. Number two, you're going to plug them in to the customer page. Why? There's more validation. It's an awesome place where they can go anytime on their own, search around, show them how to look through the files, maybe tag them in the, hey, how is Thrive different? I think that's what it's called, video, so they can watch it. That customer page invite, I absolutely love just telling them, hey, I've invited you to this great page full of information, no solicitation zone. You can even win prizes, right? Let me know when you accept so I can share a really short video with you. Sometimes I'll take that video and send it in Messenger so they can click on it, boom, takes them right to the page. Now they're a member, and it doesn't get lost in notifications. So there's a little golden nugget for you. Three, this is one of the most important, and that's the one that Jodi covered, is connecting your future thriver to a story that they can relate to, right? That one's huge, huge, huge. 24-hour recorded call. Have you shared that call with them? Have you had them listen to it? It's a super short recording, and it's absolutely amazing validation. That's actually the recording that, sorry. Hold on.
That's funny. My dog's doing the same thing.
Yeah. Okay, hang tight. Jodi, take it away for just one sec about the customer page.
That's fine. And, you know, I was kind of, what Amy just went through with the bullet points, that's kind of my next step. I always get them on the phone first, and then that's when I connect them to all of that stuff, because, you know, I want to know if they want to sample. I want to know if they're just going to straight out order, and that determines kind of where I go with that. So like Amy said, I do think it's important to get them tagged on the fan page so they can read through those stories. You know, you never know which one's going to relate to them most, but at least you have them connected so they can check them out. And then number two, like she said, getting them connected to our customer page. I always get them connected. I right away click on that video that Amy made about why is Thrive different. And then depending on if they're going to sample or if they're going to just order, that's when I tag them in the other things, because I want them to know ahead of time what they're getting themselves into. And I think a lot of times, you know, not everybody detoxes, but I think it's important to let them know that so they don't get scared off in that 2-day sample or that 3-day sample, when that's where they start to go. And, it's hard sometimes to talk them out of it. So I really want to make sure that they're well informed. There's no secrets. And I think that's the biggest thing, is making them feel comfortable and ready to start and excited. So I don't know, Amy, if you wanted to add anything more on that or not.
Very last thing besides the 24-hour recorded call, before my dog came in and started whining and freaking out. Sorry. The 24-hour recorded call is what got me excited about promoting. That was the little 5 minutes that I was like, oh my gosh, this company is amazing. So use that to your benefit. Listen to it yourself so you know what you're sharing. Last but not least, follow up. Okay. So now you've gotten them plugged into the stories, or you get invited to like the fan page, customer page. You've connected them to a Thriver. You've shared the 24-hour recorded call. Now you're going to follow up. Okay. Follow-ups are very simple. It's more exposures to Thrive. Maybe you're going to offer a sample. Maybe you're going to share a story from the fan page that relates to them. Hey, I read this story. I thought of you. Check this out. Maybe it's a promotion that the company's launching. So follow-ups are crucial. So there's your kind of 5 points of, now you've got your friends a free login. Now what? Now you want to help them learn. And in the promoter page, I use this. It's called the Future Thriver Contact Tracker. It helps you make sure you've plugged them into all these things that I just went over. So here we have this amazing resource. I love using this for my newest Thrivers that I'm working with. You'll notice on the top, it says all these things. Are you friends on Facebook? Did you get them a free account? Fan page invite, customer group, video, 3-way call, sample, follow-up, placed order, earned it for free. Guys, it's all right here. Fill it in, right? So that is step 1. They got the free account. And it doesn't all have to happen in one message, guys. I have to say that over and over again. These are individual conversations. You're not just overloading them with, watch this, listen to this, go to the customer page. You got to let it flow naturally. It's one plug-in, and then maybe the next time you chat, it's the next plug-in. You're not overloading them all in one message. Those are all literally follow-ups, okay? So that's topic 1. Now, number 2, your customer, your free account, has placed their very first order, okay? Now what, right? So really, but at this point, I say go back and make sure you've plugged them into everything in step number 1 that we talked about. And after you've gotten them plugged into all that, what's your process, Jodi?
For me, like I was saying before, I kind of continue that into my step 2 from step 1 of kind of what you explained. For me, after that call that I get them on, I have my leader share their story. They once again revalidate the 3 simple steps. That's when I will go in and check their order, and I actually click on their tracking and have it sent to my messenger. So that way it just shoots me a message when their package is arrived, and then I can say, oh my gosh, it looks like your package arrived today. Check it out and see what you got. And they usually, share with me what they got. And, I ask them when they're going to start, all of that stuff. And then that's when I make sure they're connected to that customer page. I always click on the water, the detox, and just how to take it again, just so they have one more reference. I usually put it in the messenger thread with them and Amy or Lindsay, whoever it is, just so we have more than one person following up with them. I work 40 hours. I know people work 40 hours plus. For me, if I can't get to it, then I have another person connected to them that they've already talked to, and they feel comfortable asking a question. And then, Amy, Lindsay can pop in and they can answer for me if I'm unavailable. So I do think it's important. And one thing I wanted to share, and I've been thinking about it since Amy has been talking with the leader, that, I always say 40K, 80K and above. Here's the thing. Number 1, they've been successful in this business. They know what they're doing. And you know what? They do it the same every single time. So, I don't want to be like, you have to get them on the phone, but our leaders have been successful getting them on the phone for how many years, and they do it every single time. We need to listen to our leaders and follow what they do. And, I think that's the biggest thing I get out of it. Yeah, it might be uncomfortable, but don't we say all the time, get out of your comfort zone, reach out to those friends that need Thrive, but you're scared to death to reach out to them, kind of like Brittany did with Amy. She was scared to death to reach out to Amy because she knew the ins and outs of all the products. Getting out of your comfort zone and making yourself comfortable. Get people on the phone. I tell you what, I hear it all the time from people. Oh, I had this customer, she loved it, but I never connected her. If you don't connect people, it's how do you expect them to duplicate what you're doing? If you're not getting people on the phone, you're not connecting them to the customer page, you're not connecting them to another Thriver, chances are they're gonna, I always say, same with Christmas time, birthdays, all that stuff. The first thing to go is just kind of like Thrive goes away. I don't know why. I don't know why people don't order. I'm still as excited as I was the first day I, started feeling good. But I tell you what, these leaders know what they're doing. So make your connections. But back to what we were talking about. Sorry, I just needed to add that in there really quickly. I connect them to the customer page, make sure they know what they're getting into, connecting them to their leader. And then once they get their package, it's really important to make sure you're with them every step of the way, because we all know some people feel that, woohoo, I didn't eat caffeine today on day one. Some people don't feel that till the second week, sometimes the third week. So I think letting them know that you're there to support them, keeping encouraging them until they have that aha moment and they're super excited because, oh my God, I had all day energy. I got on the floor and played with my kiddos and my, knees didn't hurt. My back didn't hurt today. I didn't have a headache. I thought I was going to have to drink coffee all day and I didn't need it. When they have that aha moment, that's when I paint the picture and just say, you know what, this product is amazing. And think back to what you were feeling before. Don't you want to share that with your friends and family? I can guarantee people know 5 people right off the bat that they know that needs this product. So for me, that's when I share how to thrive for free. And you don't have to make a big deal out of it. It's not like, oh my gosh, you need to go get 2 people to order. I never say it like that because that sounds salesy and right away they're like, I'm not selling this product. I think just teaching them how to share with people their experience. Number one, wear their DFT, mine is hidden right now, but we're on a place that people can see. I know in the wintertime we're all covered up, but yeah, wear it somewhere where people can see it. Then it's easy for them to be like, what do you have on your arm? Showing them how to do it so that it's easy for them, and then taking the pressure off once again, connecting them, that person, to say, you know what, all you got to do is connect us on a messenger thread, or I'll come over sometime when they're at your house, that kind of thing. So you can just kind of pop in and share for them. Take the pressure off your customers and do it for them until they learn how to become comfortable and share with other people.
Absolutely. So just kind of a recap. Here's your bullet points, guys. They've ordered. Now what, right? So Jodi basically hit on all of these. Number one, make sure they've done everything above, like getting them connected once they got their free login, okay? Running them through the information funnel. Number 2, get them on a call when the product arrives, an instructional call, so it's fresh in their mind the day before they start. Hey, 5 minutes on the phone the day before you're gonna start. I love utilizing that because it's easy for people to forget. But I also follow up with sending written instructions as well. But I love having that excitement right, but the day before that they are going to begin. I also tag them in the customer page video or share it with them in Messenger. So they have that right there, fresh in their mind. You don't have to do all of this. It's overkill, but make sure you get something. Hey, watch this. Now we're going to, if you've already chatted with them on the phone, you don't have to make them get on the phone again, but hey, now watch this video. Let me know after you've watched it. Okay, are you any questions at all about tomorrow? Nope, super simple. Number 4, get them excited. That's exactly what Jodi was talking about. Excitement is reiterating like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. It's that flow of conversation that happens all throughout. And let's say her new customer, which I'm on a chat thread with some new people that were sampling. We did the call. I mean, literally, we are just going through this. Her samplers, literally, she got them both on a call, husband and wife, shared our stories, got them instructions. Now we're all in the chat thread together, and she's checking in. I can kind of see, and oh, they're going to be ordering today. Amazing. So then she's walking them through. She's giving them the written instructions. Guys, it's just a natural flow. You do it the same every time. And then this is what happens on those calls too, is, hey, you know, like when she gets them connected with me, hey, just know that when you start feeling amazing, and I know that you will, I promise you're going to feel amazing if you let me work with you. These are the things I'm saying on that call that Jodi doesn't have to say to her friends. I'm like, no, you're going to feel amazing if you work with me. We're going to find your happy levels. And don't forget, when people start asking you how amazing you're feeling or what you're doing, that you have a free referral link. And we will show you how to use that when the time comes, because people will ask, I promise you. So absolutely. Now, so they've ordered, they're getting it in their body. Okay, we talked about all of that before too. Now they're clicking the promoter button. They're loving their Thrive experience. You followed up with them. They're feeling amazing because they're excited. They're plugged into the resources. If they do something wrong, you can easily direct them to the customer page video of, hey, rewatch this. Are you taking it just like this? You can troubleshoot. Now they're excited. They love it. They're like, oh my God, thank you so much for sharing this with me. My life has changed, guys, right? Those are the best messages. They've clicked the promoter button because they have a friend who's ready to order, or a spouse who's ready to order, and they want to earn those commissions rather than just thriving for free. So they have clicked the promoter button. Now what? Okay, so I'm just going to give you, I'll go first on this one, and then I'm going to have Jodi give some tips on this one as well. Because I think, especially during double, triple fast starts, you're going to get people who are deal takers who tell you that they don't really want to promote, but maybe they will, or they'll share with a few people. Guys, go through this process anyway, because they only know what they know. Number one, okay, they click the promoter button. This is where time is really of the essence, because when they click that promoter button, if they are qualified and active, they only have 14 days to hit those initial bonuses, right? So the very first thing that I do, I like to get them some background. So I add them to my 200K page. So add them to your nearest 200K page and get them tagged in the welcome video. That's going to give them the basic knowledge of, hey, this is what it's like to be a promoter. This is how we share. This is how you hit those bonuses, right? So now they've got a basic idea already of what's going on. They've logged into their cloud. They're good to go, right? The very, very first and most important thing to do is get them connected with I always say 80K or 200K leader. You really welcome calls. You really want the top of the company, guys. 80K or 200K leader on a welcome call within 24 hours. Time is of the essence. And I know sometimes it's hard to work schedules, get it started in a messenger chat and say, hey, I want to get you guys connected on a call ASAP. There's some amazing opportunities in the next 14 days. When do you have a few free minutes to connect? Okay, initiate it. That welcome call is huge because, you know, your 200K leader is not going to train your person. They're going to offer validation. They're going to offer excitement. They're going to offer, like, guys, this is what's in front of you, and this is how simple it is to do it. Okay, so adding them to the 200K, tag them in the welcome video is number one. Number two, get them on a welcome call within 24 hours. 3, this is really important that you show your promoters how to do this. The very first thing you should show them how to do is how to enroll their friends for free. Show them how to create a free customer login, show them how to create a free promoter account, or how to at least share their link and tell other people to do that. That is huge. It's the foundation. If they don't know anything else, they definitely need to know how to share their story and how to enroll their friends for free, right? And then usually after the welcome call, that's when I get them on that 14-day messenger training. Maria's little link, I've got it pinned to the top of the team page. That is dynamite. Like literally, if you have someone that refuses to get on a welcome call, get them going on that, because that bot is going to say, have you jumped on a welcome call with your 200K leader, right? That thing is going to validate you. It shows them ideas for their first posts. So if you haven't seen that lately, you can go and run through it yourself so you know what they're going to be getting. The next thing that I try to do with my most brand new promoters you want to get their story exposed, right? So one of the most important things you can do for them right away is to do a friends and family call. You can do it via Zoom, via free conference call, HD, whatever your comfort level is. And that's when you maybe interview them about their initial Thrive experience, share about the 3 simple steps. They can invite all of their friends and family to support them as they share their story. It's a great launch to, hey, I'm a Thriver and this is what it's done for me, right? Another great thing you can help them do right away in the beginning is getting their story submitted to the fan page. Because I love this, because number one, both of these things, the launch call and getting it submitted to the fan page, is going to teach them how to share their story compliantly. And that is huge. You know, we don't make medical claims. We know it's easy to say naughty words, but we also have to make sure we're protecting our business, right? So those 2 things are really going to help them learn that. And I think the biggest thing is to keep it so dang simple that your kindergartner could repeat what you're teaching them. So here's the thing. When you're talking to your promoters about their fast start bonuses, the biggest thing is, okay, we need 2 friends who need the product. We're going to show them how to order correctly and get the discounted auto ship. And boom, those 2, you're thriving for free and you're earning commissions. Awesome. That's our first goal. Refer to and yours is free. Hey, we still have time left. What we're going to do is we're going to get 2 friends that maybe they don't want to deal with auto ship. They want the perks of being a promoter. Maybe it's someone who already has friends in mind that want to thrive with them. Maybe they've sampled, loved it, and are already sharing. Bring them in as a promoter, purchasing a pack, and those 4 orders equaling 800 or more gets them their first set of bonuses, which is up to 660 in personal bonuses. Still have time? Guess what? Do it all over again and double those bonuses. So taking what's right in front of them and showing them how to do that is definitely key. So what do you want to add into that, Jodi, as you're getting your newest promoters? What's kind of your, what is your tips and tricks to get them connected and getting them excited about sharing?
I think the biggest thing, you know, everything that you said is what I do with my promoters. I guess a tip that's been working for me, I watched a video on one of the 200K pages, and how I guess have tried to help them thrive for free is just say, hey, make a list of 5 to 10 people that you know could benefit and feel as good as, you know, they need to feel as good as you do. Put them on a group messenger thread with me, and I will just basically take it from there. And all they have been doing is introducing, hey guys, I know, you know, I've chatted with you all about Thrive, but I wanted to introduce you to my friend Jodi. She's been thriving a lot longer than me, and she would love to answer any questions that you may have. And that's kind of where we leave it. So we might have, you know, 3 to 10 people on a messenger thread. If we can get just 1 or just 2, that's people thriving for free. But it takes the pressure off them completely. And you just kind of take over and just be like, oh my gosh, hey everyone, it's so nice to meet you all. What kind of questions do you have for me about the Thrive experience? And that's where it goes. And we kind of just go from there. And if anybody's interested in like, oh my God, that sounds awesome, I would love to try it, bam, I offer the sample pack right away. Some people, you know, hey, how do you go about ordering? And I just kind of go from there. So then I will put, have them put, you know, if Jill wants to order right away, I will have that new promoter put me on a thread with just Jill, and we'll go from there. And the same with sample packs. We'll do our own little groups. But I do think the really nice thing about having that group pack or sample, oh my gosh, that group chat is sometimes when people start getting that excitement off of each other. So if somebody's excited and they want a sample pack, well, I guess I want a sample pack too. Well, how about me? Can I try one too? Hey, if you have 1 to 10 people sampling, that's awesome. But once again, I'm going to reiterate, like Amy said, follow up is key. You can't just give them a sample pack and go from there and let your new promoter take it, because they don't know what they're doing. So you really have to communicate with them a lot, help them know what to say, maybe prompt them with a message thread of what to say. Hey, I still do it. A lot of times I'll be like, oh my God, Amy, this is what so-and-so just said. How do I respond? Because Amy just has a really good way of, she's removed from the situation. It's my friend. I don't want to turn them off to anything. I don't want to say the wrong thing. So she'll just give me a message to send, this is what I would say. So I think, utilizing your leaders is the most important thing. Don't try to be the product expert. They're brand new. You just want to help them reach those bonuses. And the easiest way to do that is taking everything for them, taking over, letting you do the work, letting them know that you're just here to support them and you'll help them through the way.
Absolutely.
I think that's kind of it. You touch base on all of them. So I really don't want to take away from that, because that's kind of my, I guess, list of how I go through things. But I do like to do the messenger thread then. But then a lot of times we go through the same steps.
Absolutely.
Get them on the phone, explain how you do the sample pack, and get them excited and share your story for them so they have another story to share, kind of back to the beginning.
And the biggest thing, if you're going to put your friends on a group chat, I just got to say this because I've had people do that without asking their permission, and they will drop.
Right. Yes, ask them first. Definitely.
Hey, I know you're interested in Thrive. Do you mind if I get you connected with my friend? We'll start a little group chat, and that way you can be open to asking questions. She's going to share her story. Get the permission ahead of time before adding them to a group chat. Otherwise, and I know that you do that, or your friends or your promoters do that. But if you don't get permission, just expect them to be like, "Whoa, that was
sorry." Hey,
now you're gone.
No, and I think that's important. I mean, don't just add them to a thread and you've never even shared Thrive or that you're thriving or doing anything. Definitely have already talked to them and just say, hey, I would love for you to meet my friend so-and-so. Can I put you on a message thread with them? And that's when they add everybody into the group.
Yes, absolutely. So guys, we really covered the basics here. It's very simple if you just follow the steps. Follow the same steps every single time. It's always getting them plugged into that next resource. The biggest piece of advice I got to give you, we're Lavelle brand promoters, right? We don't sell anything. We are story experts. We are testimonial experts. We don't need to be product experts or ingredient experts or sales experts or any of that. What we do is we share our excitement, we share our story, we plug them into the resources. The free account is their resource to answer the questions about the products in the company. When we get them ordering, the customer page is the resource, right? That customer page is full of all of the answers to all of the questions that they're going to have. And if they have a question that's not answered in there, tell me, I'll create a file, right? That is a resource for you to be able to communicate with your customers and your free accounts to get all of their questions answered. And that's validation, right? So be the messenger, not the message. That is the biggest thing. I've had more success by saying less, point more. The answers are out there, and quite frankly, they're more credible coming from the real source than from us to our friends and family, right? They don't see us as nutritional experts. We've just had great experiences, right? But they'll see the company or someone who's been thriving longer as that validation. So guys, go out there, be the messenger, not the message. If you don't plug people into that validation, chances are that if they have a question, they're not going to know the answer. Maybe they'll start taking it wrong. Maybe they aren't getting the results that they need, but they don't understand there's ways to customize. Maybe they're not drinking water. Maybe they're drinking, you just don't know. But the more you can plug them into resources, the better chance that they're going to take it correctly, have an amazing experience. I know that they're going to have an amazing experience if they stay connected. I guarantee it. And that's going to help share that, you know what, as they get excited about their story, they're going to know other people that need to benefit. Gosh, what if my mom didn't take Thrive? Or what if my husband never decided to? It's just this amazing filter down effect. We can help people through our hands and through our stories and through the resources. So hopefully you guys got that dialed in. I can even share my notes with you if you guys want that. So you have it, write it down, follow the process, and I guarantee you're going to have so much more success. So plug people in for success. Thanks, Jodi, for sharing on this. You're an absolute rock star at this, and I couldn't wait to highlight you on that one. So thank you for joining us. And I think we only have one more topic on this Mastering the Basics series. So stay tuned for the next video on that one. Jodi, have an amazing day, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Go out and do big things today.
Bye, everyone. Thanks, Amy.